Hello, hello. Welcome back to Divine Destiny Guide. I pray you're doing well wherever you are, sending you the purest of love and light. Remember always, God is for us. Who can be against us? We are blessed and highly favored. We're anchored and we're safe and we are protected. And I hope you believe this because you are. For those of you who we are soul tribers, soul family, you know I'm telling you the truth because like the song said, if it had not been for the Lord on my side, where would I be? So you know what I'm talking about. So yes, so we have another message, but before I get into it, please remember to support my shop. It's below in the description box. So when you click on more, under the title you'll see more. You click on that, you'll see the link to my store. Thank you for those of you who have already supported. Again, this is also to support the growth of the channel, because in that way too, it's another resource for me where I can buy cards and all of this stuff. Trust me guys, the pay is not all that. So, but I'm grateful, but it's like used to turn over to just invest into the channel and the community. So I know Mother's Day is coming up. If you don't have a mom or you can't relate, there is something for you, so it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you in advance for that. So let's get into the word. So for some of you, some of us, I saw the card earlier when I was pre-shuffling the Six of Swords, an end to hard times. Hard times are over. So for a lot of you with the Five of Pentacles, this is something that's in the past. Going through financial hardship, spiritual hardship, having lack, difficulty, troubles, out in the cold. The Pentacles talk about your stability, your security. Again, your foundation. It could have been left out by people you thought who would have been there for you, to help you in whatever way possible. You know, it just could have been life happening. And again, a lot of you, a lot of us have been going through a lot of spiritual hardship, even financial hardship, because of the challenges and the attacks and the spiritual wars that was raged against your life, your business, again, your stability. And for a lot of you, an end is coming to that, because right after that, we have the sun. It's like, here comes the sun. Da, 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 da. Yes, this is the happiest card in the deck. Everything will go well. Positivity, success, health, fun, good fortune. And for a lot of you, you're also getting the revelation, the clarity as to some of the things that have been going on in the background. You probably had people working against you. But here it is, it's like hard times are over. Blessings, abundance, prosperity, stability. If your health, or if you're having health issues right now, that is going to be restored to you as well. It's like you're going to have this burst, this surge of energy. It's like after the storm, all the clouds, they pass over your life. Because I know for a lot of you, a lot of us who are on the same timeline, it's been, if not 1 year to 2 years of a lot of spiritual warfare that has been going on in the background. And a lot of you, it's coming to light. Also, the people who have been working against you. Everyone and everything is exposed. So it's like now the enemy or the enemies, they have no choice but to put their weapons down. You know, like that lapdog with their tail between their legs, with their heads down in shame, they have to walk away. Because they realize that they are despicable creatures. They're a poor excuse for a human being. A lot of them are realizing too, and they're ashamed of the part that they had or the hand that they played in bringing hostility to you, when a lot of you haven't even done these people anything. And we have here the 5 of Wands, and a lot of us, we won't be able to help it. There will always be jealous people, always competition, friction and chaos and rivalry and disagreements. It's all because of the energy that you carries. Low vibrational people are going to be challenged whenever you show up. You're gonna have those who are looking, what's with him, what's with her. It doesn't mean anything is wrong with you. A lot of us, we're not doing people anything, but it's that insecurity. It's like when they see you, you show them the things that they are not doing for themselves, how much they wasted their time and their years. Confirmation. This is what you remind these people of, and it triggers them, it hurts them. So it's like, this is something that comes with the territory. Yes, God is going to provide for us the people who we can trust, build connections with. But again, you're going to have these hyenas. You have some dogs, they bark at anything and everything. The breeze blow and they bark at it. A car pass and they run out to chase it. This is how these low vibrational entities are. It's like, I don't want to call them humans because they lack that. They're entity. They're just here to create conflict and burdens in your life. And this is why the sun is here. And with the 5 of Pentacles as well, it's like, what you need to realize as well is that what we think about, we bring about. So yes, there may be people trying to wage war against us, but also sometimes we can be our biggest enemies as well. So sometimes if things are not manifested in your life, for example, I may say the sun is here, blessings, abundance, a ray of hope, is restored to your life. And you may say, yeah, right, I've been waiting for years and I can't see it yet. Well, guess what? You just manifested over yourself. So when those things are not coming up, sometimes we have to check as to what our role is in that situation, why things are not coming to pass in our lives. Because again, it's one thing for people to do these things to us, but it's worse when we are doing it to ourselves. People can say whatever they want on the outside, but again, with you, how do you speak to yourself? What do you expect of yourself? Yes, that is more important. You can always block out the chatter, but sometimes our biggest and our worst enemy is ourselves. So let's also pay attention to that. So yeah, so a lot of us have been out there stranded, no help, out in the cold. But yes, the sun is here. We can't do without the sun. We know what happens when we don't have the sun. And so a lot of these people too, they're spying, they're looking at you to see what is happening. For a lot of you, with the Page of Swords here on this deck, it says delay of news or inspiration, patience, education, pausing and preparation. So for a lot of you, it took a while, it took a moment, it took months, weeks, years for you to get this news. You had to be very patient, and I understand that, and I'm not judging you either, because I know what it's like to be praying and to be waiting and it seems as if it's not coming to pass. Again, it's like, don't break before your breakthrough. Don't break before your moment. Some of you had to go back to school. Some of you, life kicked your butt. It's like you went to the school of hard knocks. But whatever it is, you had to pause. And for those of you who went inside and really introspect, like the hermit, did the work, you gain the knowledge as to why things are happening, and you prepared. It's like that gave you a moment to prepare for what you need. It's like prepare your heart, prepare your mind. It's like get ready, get ready. It's like you got time to do the warm up. So you took that time of quietness to do the work on yourself, to get you prepared for that moment. I mean, like anything and everything else, nobody just go out on the track and just, even with that, you'll see them, they do warm ups. So sometimes out in the cold, it's a moment for us, and also for divine to show us if we're open to learning. Again, out in the cold, that's the best time to see the people who are for you, the people who are supporters of you, when you need people the most. And that's that's a time that God used to weed out, to separate the wheat from the tears. Because definitely you don't want to take the wrong people with you. So even though out there, when you're going through it, maybe you're going through it right now, it doesn't feel good. It didn't feel good. But in the end, you will be happy about it. Because look, I mean, can you imagine if God, and when He blesses you, when this opportunity comes in, and you have those fake people, all of these jealous and envious people in the background, you're taking them with you? I mean, it's so crazy because, it came up on my feed and I was reading about it, and oh man, that thing just really, because I know what it's like to have persons come into my life and also try to unalive me, put things in my food and my drink as well. And it's this story with this girl. I think she's from Africa, somewhere there. But she started out very small with her hair salon, doing her hair, and little by little she began to grow. Young lady, and she finally decided to get her own space. And she, wow, it's so tough. She had this grand opening, and she invited all these friends that she thought they were her friends to celebrate this for her. And according to the news, she was, or I should say allegedly, she was poisoned. I mean, she died right after. So can you imagine having people in your midst that you thought, because see, when everything is going great, everybody's happy, go lucky, or at least you thought. But then it's like when you're out in the cold, who is there with you? Who is there for you? And these are the lessons that we need to learn. It's like going back to the school of life, and not judging a book by the cover. Because sometimes the people who you think are for you, they're not. And sometimes the people you think are against you, they really love you, but it's just that they're honest with you. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy is deceitful. And this is what I'm trying to explain to you, families, that you can have people who are laughing, celebrating with you, and in their bags, in their pockets, they know they have something to hurt you, and they don't have a problem smiling. They do it so well, and this is why it is so important to take every opportunity to go in and ask God, please remove the people from my life. Please expose them. And again, even with the sun, like I said, it's a lot of what's been done in the dark, it's also coming to light as to who caused what, why you had to go through certain things. and who the people are in the background who are creating the conflicts in your life. Everybody is like the lid is blown open. It's blown open. I mean, a lot of these people, spying on you. Whatever it is you're working on, people could have been watching to see if it's progressing, if the work that they've been doing, collaborating in the background, how is it affecting you? These are the things that are coming to light with the Three of Pentacles here. But it's like for a lot of you, a lot of these people, they have been working together. But it's like while they were working together to do their evil, I'm telling you, God had you in time out doing the work. You've been learning things. You've been mastering your craft. You've been gaining new skills and knowledge as well. So not only have you learned about the people who were opposing you, but you became, or you're becoming a better person, in touch with your higher self, a closer relationship, a closer walk with divine. I'm telling you, a lot of these people who have been working in the background, they could have been families and friends as well. But see, this is your moment of happiness and fulfillment, joy, family, love, luck, success, stability, and health. This is what a lot of these people have been trying to block. People you thought were families, or you were born in that bloodline. These are the people who have been working against you so that you wouldn't come into this Five of Pentacles. I mean, you wouldn't come into this King of Pentacles here. They wanted you to be out in the cold. You see what I'm saying? They want you to be in the Five of Pentacles. Lack, stagnancy, not growing, without. And the truth is, yes, some people are that evil. They really want you to be out. It's like your sadness makes them happy. Because when you think about it, what is it people get when they hurt somebody else? I mean, if they remove you from out of this world, what are they gonna get? Oh, you're gonna get more money? Are you gonna be, in the position that the person has? Because for a lot of people, it's like, yes, they may have been successful, and we've seen this happen over and over. We've heard about these things. But what do they get from it? Absolutely nothing. But again, some of them, it's just the joy, the satisfaction of knowing that you're no longer around. Because I really can't say these people are guilty. Because if they had any, they would either turn themselves in, they would confess, or if they know that they're trying to hurt others, they will stop. But this is what a lot of these people, again, this is why the Bible says, be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Yeah, a lot of you with the high priestess here, you know exactly what's been happening. This is what I'm telling you. Everything is blown open. And you are trusting your intuition to guide you. You're using good discernment. A lot of you, some of you, you're coming into, or you're tapping your spiritual walk with divine. It's getting stronger. Because it's like whatever you were second guessing or thinking about, could it be this person? And you're probably, sometimes it's like too good to be true, or the disappointment is like, could this person really be working against me? And you try, and no, couldn't be. No, we've been through too much, and it's like now you're getting the confirmation that yes, this person, these people, they were your biggest enemies. See with the moon. I'm telling you, a lot of things are coming to light. You're realizing that things are not what they seem to be. There are a lot of things you didn't know. Things you were seeing in your dreams. You trusted your intuition. I'm telling you, it's like a lot of clarity about the people who have been working against you. They didn't want you to have this life, this stability. It's like they didn't want you to be happy. But a lot of you, yeah, it's like You are this fool here. You're taking a leap of faith, the start of something new, new beginning, optimism, adventure, and this innocence. So with this, it's like, in a way, these people really made it easy for you, because now you don't have to worry about getting a tour bus, big bus to take everybody with you. No, it's like now you're just packing lightly. You don't need it's like they weed themselves out. They voluntarily took themselves out of your life. Wow, the Empress. Yeah. Mm. I mean, it's just a lot of, I love this middle row here. You've mastered all the queens. Guys, you mastered all the kings. You are fertile. I'm telling you, blessings and abundance is here. I mean, God will allow people to do things up to a point. And again, like I said, it's for us to learn the lessons, the takeaways, not just complain about everything. Because a lot of us, for those of you are honest with yourselves, and it has happened to me, where I complain about certain things, and when I see how God works it out for me, I am embarrassed because I didn't trust the process. But there is always a takeaway for us, always a lesson. Because again, for where you are going, divine, God wants you to be able to trust your inner guidance, trust your intuition, because this is not the end of it. Like I said here, you're always gonna have somebody in the background who is gonna wanna play in your face, and you're gonna have to be the one to let those people know that I am not the one. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know where I'm coming from. You see me show up here now, but you don't know my backstory. You're just icing into the cake. So don't do it. It's like, don't do it, Baba. So yeah, so you need to learn these lessons. And even if you've been out in the cold was because of your fault, because a lot of these people who came into our lives, they borrowed money, they stole money, if we're talking about money, and they tricked you, or because you were so kind, people played on your emotions. But the truth about it is that you did what you did from a genuine space. But they were happy, like giggling inside because they were swindling you out of the little that you have. And this is why God now is going to just throw open the floodgates of heaven and just let it rain on you. I mean, look at it. We have the Five of Pentacles. Over here we have conflict, and right in the middle, it's the blessings, it's the abundance, it's the growth. You have matured spiritually. You have grown exponentially. Because while they were out there working against you, had you feeling down, worn out, tired, it's like for those of you who rolled with the punches in the spiritual realm, God was also building you up. Building you up. It's like you were out in the back after you've been bloody and just wounded. I mean, I love karate movies, and like sometimes you will have the heroes, they were beaten so bad by the oppositions, and they don't have anybody, and then they'll probably go out in the woods to meditate, and then they meet upon like a master, one of those gurus out there who is older but very experienced in martial arts and all of that, and they will train you. And when you're still weak and still bloody, but they'll say, get up, and you keep going and you keep training. And that's what happened when you're in that moment of silence. God was developing you. See, a lot of us, we get used to this microwave our society, everything quick, quick, quick. And so when we don't see things happening in the way it should be, I mean, do you remember, for those of you who are old enough, when you take your pictures to the like should I say, like the corner store, you know, I remember taking it to like Walgreens or something, and you had to fill out that little envelope, put your name, your phone number, and you drop off the roll, and they'll tell you when you can pick it up, or they'll call you to say that it's ready, because they had to take it to develop it in a dark room. Some of the most beautiful things, they're developed in darkness. I mean, think about the seed. All that dirt, and people stomp on you, make sure you're secure, because in a sense, it's like, for a lot of you, people put you in the dirt thinking, or they wanted you to be blocked out, nobody should see you, so they made sure they stomp on you. But then they don't realize that when they were stomping on you, they were doing you a favor, because that way God was also using each stomp, each press that they made to protect you, so that no birds, nothing would come to create any further harm to you. And while you're in that soil, in the dark, you're germinating. And I'm telling you, don't doubt the comeback of a plant. Can you imagine having to push through all of that stuff that was meant to suppress you? I mean, just think about it. And yet still it push through it, fight through it. It's like, I'm just imagining it just wiggling through every day, because it's coming through to see the sun. Is like the sun is calling it forth. Come out of the darkness into this marvelous light. And it's like, yes, the plant come through to embrace the sun. And for those of you who love plants, you know, plants will lean towards where the sunshine is coming in, even if it has to bend. Yes, because of the nutrient, it has something. And this is what a lot of you, a lot of us, we listen to the words of divine, of God. And even though it wasn't easy, but yes, it was worth it. It was worth it. Yeah. Arrival of good news. See, with the Page of Swords here at the bottom, it says delay of news or inspiration. Because a lot of these people, that's what they were blocking you from getting good news. They were standing in the way. And this is why I said, don't worry about them. And this is why you did the work, because you were not worrying about them. You weren't pressed about them, because you know the God that you serve. You didn't see it, but you believe it. And so this card, it says, arrival of good news on material things, success, well-grounded, new ventures, and staying focused. So it's like now, this is what I'm telling you, now when you have this page, is something very small, talking about the plant coming from the ground, right? It's a lot of things you have been through. Look at the mountains in the background. This is what I'm saying. You needed that experience. And so when you start over, you're not starting from the ground, but you're starting from a place of experience. Even if it's a job, a new place. It may be new, but it's not new to you. You understand? You already have the wisdom. And whatever this is, you're going to protect it with your dear life, because you've had to do a lot of, it's like a lot of endings. And we've seen cards that talk about education. You learned a lot. And so this is what I'm saying, even though you've lost a lot, but you're going to build back more stable, more secure. And now you're going to pick your friends, you know, better friends. You're going to also have the wisdom to do that as well. It's like everybody who comes into your life, they're going to be you're going to pray this thing through, Because now you learn as the high priestess to trust your intuition, and you learn to trust divine, that he has the best intention. He has the best intention in store for you. Look, abundance. I'm telling you, abundance is your birthright. This is what they wanted to stop. This is what is like, if it's a relationship, they knew that if you were to come into the right partnership, it would be blessed. It would be abundant. And it's like, this is what the enemies, they are here for. Let's not be naive about it. This is what they're here for. But you need to know what you're here for. You're here to do God's work. You're here to break generational curses. You are here to live a blessed life. And come hell or high water, you're not going to allow anybody to take that away from you. You're going to hold your lane. Even if it means you're standing in that line, you're shifting legs from one side to the next, but you're not going to leave. You're not going to leave. You have the gift of courage. I'm telling you, you're not going to leave. You have the gift of courage. Everything that you need, it was already inside of you. It was already inside of you. And this is what you need to know. It's like God is your architect. He's your engineer. Absolutely. He put everything that you need inside of you. Yeah, and not to mention, you're an earth angel. You're a healer. So a lot of you, the things that you have gone through, it was destined. It's a part of your destiny. It was fated. It's like you had to go through this. Because if you don't experience this, then when you go to the other level, people are going to use you to mop the floor. I love this for you. Great abundance and prosperity.